Right, here goes. For the second time this year, 2025, we have the fresh release of System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster. And I'm going to play on impossible difficulty mods. Cool, but no. Oh, let's... Oh, okay. So player health and sight points are very low. The value of items is greatly increased. The cost of player upgrades is greatly increased. Yeah, I noticed that. Let's see hard. Player health and sight points are slightly lower. The value of items slightly increased. Cost of player upgrades slightly higher. Normal. Player health and sight points are normal. Value of items is normal. Cost of player upgrades is normal. Easy, well, yeah, speaks for itself there. So I forgot to say this on my last playthrough. When I see this, I am drawn to play on that because that's the intended difficulty, I guess, for the developers. But I played on Impossible, and I beat the game on Impossible, and I'm going to do it again. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go look at you, hacker.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
Love this intro, love this song.
In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the U.N.N. Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the U.N.N. Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action.
Oh, they cleaned this up.
This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
This is Dr. Marie Delacroix of the U.N.N. Von Braun. We've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Right, it's time for... Cool. It's a bit slow. Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Yeah. Already I'm pretty sure or didn't I? If I didn't, I didn't. Oh, but I did. So why won't you work, you bastard? Why won't you work? Okay, yeah. Let's do that, I guess. So I hate when I'm allowed to change shit and shit doesn't... I mean, I'm allowed to walk, right? Right? Or have they shut this down for... Yeah, maybe.
Welcome to the Ramsey Center U.N.N recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
They have changed the voice actor, but I recognize the voice actor, or the voice of the voice actor, but they have changed. Sounded more confident. More confident and laid back confident in the original. Is this a good... Why doesn't this work? Why can I back up, but why can't I walk forward? Very well then. F in hell. F in hell. I do not like this. Survival doesn't like this. Right. Yeah, I have no idea what to make of this. Yeah, this is bullshit. So I'm allowed to have that. But it is messed up by some other... So if I remove that and I remove that, I don't care for. Now then, can I walk now? No. Oh, okay, I get it. I have to... That's bullshit. Okay, so I have to hold this trigger and move forward at the same time to walk. Okay, now I know. Okay, cool. Now I know. It's bullshit, but now I know. Which means that I can... Feels like shit, but I'll get used to it. I think it's two triggers next to each other, so, or buttons next to each other, so I can get used to it. I am going to switch up or increase this look speed like that. Look, yeah, like that. Better. And are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I hope they haven't changed it. This device is temporarily out of order.
This device is temporarily out of order.
Yeah, good. Insert card, dial number, no refunds. Video phone, I guess. V-phone. Voice phone, I don't know. And I'm looking at people working, or whatever they are doing. Yeah, they cleaned this game up very well, but I can see it's the same engine because, yeah, it's Looking Glass. Dark engine. Well, it's It's looking glass mannerisms, okay, and movements. Although I never seen that before. That was a cool. What did he do to that screen? Yeah, I'm gonna. So yeah, I decided last time I went with Marine training or career enlisting. I thought about trying to be a spook, but I get enough of that in BioShock. I never thought of this. Was this in the original? Huh. But I'm actually going to play as a Navy, which was my very first playthrough. I played as Navy, so... to street level and U.N.N training and recruitment.
Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street level recruitment center.
So they changed the voice actor. I don't know how I feel about that. Cool. Cool elevator. Oh, this is... oh, look at the clouds are not moving, but I feel the atmosphere. They have cleaned up the skybox, I guess, or whatever you call it. They are not moving now. If you wanna, often I'm judging a game by or the atmosphere of a game by moving clouds, but this is an exception because we still have the atmosphere. I get the atmosphere. I feel the atmosphere here. And I do that in Thief as well. And I can, honestly, I can stand here all day. Just... and I remember 26 years ago, I did this. I stood here and role play that I was trying to... before enlisting, I was trying to make a call. And this is just close. I can't even go and buy noodles. It's close to me.
This device is temporarily out of order.
I'm glad they didn't change that. I'm going to be shocked if this opens up. No. They did not change that. But they did. She's eating noodles. And he turned to face me. Okay. We have chicken dumplings, lemongrass, pocky, summer rolls, chicken satay, chicken pho, tofu and vegetables, winter dumpling soup, emu in coconut sauce, Thai peanut noodles. That's the broth. Let's check the noodles and rice. Shanghai beef with chicken, kung pao chicken, vegetarian delight, ginger nanite chicken. So I can miss a lot, but I'm not missing this. Oh, we're gonna hear about nanites later on, believe you me. Ginger nanite chicken and pad thai with pad thai with tofu, broccoli new beef with rice, and beverages we have carbonated sugar water, green tea, and sake diet sake. That's something. I'm hungry. Please let me in. No. No, I'm on a mission. But I'm going to call home first.
This device is temporarily out of order.
No, I'm not. I do wonder, how's the sound? How's the... I can barely hear that. Hello? So last time with the original, sometimes you barely heard me because of the...
This device is temporarily out of order.
well, let's see later on. I'm going to check the recordings. We have... oh shit, look at that. Live in concert, LC. A mad monkey. And we're going to see lots of those as well. They're in Boston, Amsterdam, Sapporo, Chernobyl, Monrovia, New Phoenix, Sydney, Reykjavik, San Fran, Bangkok, Phnom Penh, Molokai, what? What? Vatican City, Mariam, Kuala Lumpur, Mogadishu. Yeah, that's quite a schedule there. Quite a tour. Yeah, I'm going to enlist. I'm just going to take this sky in for the last time. Love myself a beautiful sky to look at. Right, U.N.N. I don't know how I feel about the recruitment VA. He's not bad, but I miss the original. Usually he starts to talk. But I guess I'm going to, yeah.
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the Basic Training Center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the Advanced Training area.
Sure. So we have new posters I haven't seen before. Navy, Marines. Where are the spooks? Oh. The Thinking Man's Army. OSA. Yeah, I'm not. No. Navy it is. But first...
To pick up some basic skills you'll need to get by in the service, enter this Cyberlink booth. Inside, you'll learn the basic skills you'll need to get started. Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface.
Right.
This training interface is identical to an actual military-grade cyber interface. Now let's try it out. Currently, you should be able to look around freely.
Yeah.
That means you're in shoot mode. Now, press the switch mode button. This puts you in use mode, where you can access your inventory and interact with items in the world. You can also access various MFDs, or multifunction display screens, from within use mode. Open up your character MFD by selecting the body icon located at the bottom of your screen, or by cycling to it within use mode. The character MFD displays your strengths and abilities pertaining to different skills. When you're ready to continue, press the switch mode button to go back to shoot mode. Try changing between use and shoot modes until you get the hang of it. You'll be doing this frequently. Now follow the red path along the ground to the next training station.
So, embarrassingly enough, for having played this game a lot, I discovered this. And I thought this was for this only. That I could, you know, explain what health is, or psi power, or whatever. Mana. Or Eve. Mind. Yeah. This is a forerunner to Bioshock. Believe you me. But no, this goes for every item. And I never knew that until my last playthrough in 2025. This looks cool. I never noticed that this is... Yeah, equipped weapon, equipped... what do you call it? Booster. And armor, of course. But I never noticed... I mean, they really cleaned this up. They have. I'm honest. I'm honest. Implant. Oh, can I? Oh, I can. Cool. Right.
To pick up an item, first highlight it by centering it in your view. A highlighted item will display brackets around it, showing you that it can be picked up. You can then press the Interact button to pick it up, which will automatically place it into your inventory. Open your inventory again by pressing the Switch Mode button. You can organize items in your inventory by grabbing and moving them within the grid. To drop an item, highlight the item and choose Drop from the Actions menu.
Yeah, that's okay. So, you've never been able to see what this is, ingredients, read anything from it. But I missed the yellow on this bag. It used to be yellow and red. Or red and yellow. Oh, now it's... Okay. Okay, so it's... Okay, cool. Now it is... Yeah, I told you. Krakows puffs. Okay. Yeah, let's have some. Nice. Yeah, they really cleaned this game up. Ingredients, orange juice. Yeah. I'm hungry. I didn't get any noodles. Krakows. Oh, it doesn't... Aha! Aha! Krakows. But they missed the spelling here, so, yeah. Just saying. I noticed things like that. Voted the U.N.N's national food product in the early 21st century are made from slices of common potatoes deep fried in hydrogenated oils. This treat is often supplemented with vitamins to boost its questionable nutritional value. When you need a tasty treat, Krakows are the chips to beat, eaten by the bunch or by pound. New improved Krakows won't let you down. Neuronet promotion. Cool. And this here. Produce some gene-grafted fruit in hydroponic tanks. The popular tasty fruit, caffeinated fruit drink. Chock full of vitamins, sugar, and fruit pulp. Cool.
To interact with objects like buttons and computers, highlight them by centering them in your view and pressing the Interact button.
Oh.
Similar to items, all usable objects will be highlighted with brackets around them. Go ahead and activate the lift by interacting with the button on the pillar. If you can still see your inventory, it means you're in use mode. You can return to shoot mode by pressing the Switch Mode button.
Yeah, or just click.
The item you see here is a med hypo.
Cool.
Pick it up, then open your inventory by pressing the Switch Mode button. Now try pressing the Use button on the med hypo to restore some of your missing hit points. Your hit points are represented by the top bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many items in your inventory can be used by pressing the Use button.
Yeah, dumb enough, I've always accessed inventory, whereas 26 years ago when I played this, I actually used the H key to heal. But now I'm going with my Dying Light preferences. Dying Light, the first Dying Light, so I'm gonna press numpad plus. But let's see if I... Yeah, hit points are already full. Let me see if I... Yeah, good. I know that. It works.
See the crate in front of you? You can search crates and other similar containers for items by highlighting it and pressing the Interact button. This will display a small container window revealing what is inside of it. To take an item from the container, highlight it and press the Take button. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to shoot mode, press the Switch Mode button.
Designed as a quick fix for the minor injuries, the ChemCal medical hypo is a healing enzyme which can make a crude assessment of the patient's condition and somewhat alter the chemical makeup of the hypo to fit the case. In addition, the hypo contains a mixture of standard painkillers and anticoagulants. Not meant as a treatment for serious injury, the med hypo will do in a pinch. The only downside is the rather sharp stick of the over-engineered Vax needle, which was nearly recalled 12 years ago on its introduction. Strong litigation by Triumph legal department eliminated a potentially costly eventuality. Okay, cool.
One of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your personal digital assistant, or PDA.
Indeed.
This device stores audio logs, emails, and other useful information. You can open the PDA by selecting the disk icon located at the bottom of your screen, or by cycling to it within use mode.
Cool.
Now try picking up the audio log item in front of you. The message currently visible on your screen is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can listen to the most recent log you picked up by pressing the Play Media button. Conveniently, your PDA now contains that audio log, which can be replayed at any time in the Logs section. You're also able to reread any email received in the Email section. Similarly, as you complete objectives and discover crucial items, the Notes section will populate with mission data.
Yeah, that's another thing that I missed in Bioshock, a Notes section. Here. Oh, we're in engineering, it says. Never noticed that.
Now it's time to learn about jumping and mantling.
Oh, I'm an
To
expert.
jump, simply press the jump button. Some surfaces can be mantled onto by holding down the jump button. Mantling lets you pull yourself up to ledges and other high places in front of you. Give it a try.
Oh, I don't need to try. I know. Oh shit, I missed. Yeah, I'm a thief player, good old gamer here, so I know how to mantle and dodge.
To climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward.
Cool.
You'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
I don't know if this was in the original. I don't know. I don't remember. I usually skip that. Yeah, I released some YouTube shorts the other day because of the release of this game. Let's see if I do this from this game as well. That was basic training, and yeah.
You've done well.
Thank you.
Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish.
Thank you. Now on to advanced training.
If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area. When you've finished training in the 3 areas, proceed directly to the recruitment center to choose and start your military career.
Cool. So, if this is anything like the original, there's going to be 3 different trainers or instructors here. Let's see if they kept the original or not.
All right, wannabe. If
Yeah.
you want to learn the weapon skills it takes to even think about joining the Marines, come on in. We're looking for a few good men.
It's the same actor, I think, but I don't know if... I do not know if if they re-recorded it or. Let me listen to that again. Yes, I'm a nerd about this.
All right, wannabe. If you want to learn the weapon skills it takes to even think about joining the Marines, come on in. We're looking for a few good men.
It's the same actor, but they re-recorded it. He's usually more relaxed. Come on in. We need a few good men.
Good to have you on board. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, the U.N.N. has kindly provided you with a virtual cyber interface and all the simulated skill levels you'll need for the training tasks. But don't get too cocky. They'll disappear once you leave the booth.
Right. So seriously, have they pitched a voice? It sounds like the original, but still, it doesn't.
Now we'll teach you how to handle a firearm.
Cool.
Pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon by either dragging it into your weapon equip slot on the right side of your inventory, or by selecting equip from the actions menu.
Oh.
To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the reload button. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing the fire button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it.
He called you a dummy robot. Yeah, these are the nicest robots ever. Cool, look at that. So I'm very excited to see the animations for this because they are completely non-existent. Completely non-existent in the original. The Talon M2A3 45 caliber pistol requires a standard weapon skill of 1 in order to use. Oh shit, cool. That's not what I wanted though. I wanted to scroll down, but now I equipped it. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Both modifications to the pistol increase... What? Both modifications to the pistol increase damage. Okay. The first also increased the clip size, while the second decreases the reload time. Developed by Trump's military division, the Talon M2A3 is a standard issue sidearm provided to all U.N.N. military personnel. After 23 years in service, the weapon has been designed to accept a number of kinds of ammunition, including the standard steel-jacketed rounds, uranium-tipped armor-piercing rounds, and even nanite-based anti-personnel rounds. Okay, cool. So, blue, green, and red ammo. Fortified standard round is encased in a solid steel jacket to provide general purpose stopping power. Main advantage of this ordnance is that it's extremely cheap to produce and therefore readily available. No target type is either particularly vulnerable nor resistant to these rounds. Cool, cool. So this is virtual reality mine. So he's not really there. Oh, right. This is exciting. I'm going to reload and look at the ammunition or animation, I mean, of loading ammunition to this weapon. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. So what happened there was when I pressed the first time, the sound played, but not the animation. And now I can just, whenever I want to, I can just... Okay, cool. Right. Oh, we still have the kick. Oh, the mantle. Cool. Will they just disappear? And yes, I'm taking this in. Yeah, they disappear, I think. Cool, anyway. Yeah, they disappear.
Mission trained.
Cool. Cool. Do we have a holster weapon here? Controls. Yeah, so I'm not keen about changing weapons. I wanted to change I want to switch places on these, but they won't accept that. Do we have holster? I don't think we do. No. We do not. Nope.
Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now, use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it.
Cool. Oh, that's... I never noticed that. Oh, never noticed that. I never seen that. So, that's cool. That's pretty cool. It changes color. It never did that in the original, so that's cool. That was actually a nice explosion there. Cool.
Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad.
Indeed.
To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use.
True. The Apollo H4 argon suspension laser pistol requires an energy weapon skill of 1. The first modification to his weapon increases the energy capacity, while the second reduces energy consumption. Both modifications increase damage. To add your custom of the spark pistol, the Apollo H4 relies on coherent light instead of electricity to damage its targets. While it has a fairly large battery, the weapon must be replenished at a recharge station. The overcharge setting can be used to get out of a tight spot, but puts an inordinate strain on the unit's energy supply. Cool. It looks really cool. And what do we have here? Disposable maintenance tool. Gunnery sergeants everywhere make it a point of pride that their tool of choice isn't a lose and know nothing fix it all device. The better the maintenance skill of the operator, the more effect using tool will have. These tools are disposable and can only be used once each to improve the condition of a weapon or turret. Yeah. So I usually spend a couple of points at least, because using this, especially on high difficulty mine, using this only to get 1 point from fair 4 to a 5, that's shit. Cool. So I now currently have in this virtual reality, oh shit. In this I currently have a very high maintenance skill. Cool. So that was weapons
Good work.
training.
Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training areas first before you enlist. They might just come in handy.
Oh, I bet they will. So there's nothing wrong with the marine or choice, the weapon choice here, but hacking is, to me, extremely important. Hacking and maintenance. Repair I can do without, but yeah, let's check technical.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some technical skills you'll need in the Navy.
Yeah, they changed something. I recognize the voice actors, but I don't know if they pitched their voices or re-recorded the whole thing.
Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, we'll provide you with a temporary cyber interface and the skills you need to accomplish the training tasks. But they'll only last so long as you're in the booth.
Yeah.
The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking.
Ooh.
Use the keypad by interacting with it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab labeled Hack. Select the tab. Text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Select the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Selecting a node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on, or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by selecting the reset button, though you'll have to pay the nanite cost again.
Yeah, but sometimes that is preferable to be blown up or forced to repair. So I'm not gonna, yeah. This is somewhat easy. Oh, really? Nope. Yes. Yes.
Security access compromised.
Oh, Xerxes.
Security access compromised.
What is Xerxes doing here? I hacked this.
Security access compromised. Security access compromised.
You can use nanites to buy items from replicators. To use a replicator, interact with it, then select the item you wish to purchase. If you have the correct amount of nanites for the item, it will drop into the slot below. Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
I don't remember this.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Seriously, I do not remember this. No. They have... Absolutely not. They have invested more in this, I think.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
This is a security camera.
Indeed.
If a camera spots you, it will raise an alarm and summon security forces to your location.
That's true.
You can either wait out the alarm, or access the nearest security computer to stop the alarm immediately.
Cool.
You can also hack security computers to temporarily disable all cameras and turrets in the area. To hack a security computer, interact with it, then select the Hack button.
Yeah, or you just shoot the shit out of them. So, unlike in the first System Shock, these cameras are dangerous. They give you a second, just like Bioshock. They give you a second, and then you either have to disappear or shoot it, destroy it.
Security system offline.
Cool. Oh, is he going to... Yeah, this is not in the original at all.
Security system online.
Now we wait. Ideal. Yeah, there it is. Good. And that was tech training.
You've learned the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course of your career, such as repairing items and modifying weapons. The cyber interfaces for these tasks are similar to the hacking interface. Before you enlist in the Navy, try out the other training courses. They'll be useful.
And inside here, we will learn how to reach out with our mind.
Inside, you will learn how to reach out with your mind. Do not let fear block your path.
Yeah, they've changed her too. I think it's the same actor, but... Or they did something. There is something... It's similar, but... There's something off. And if you play this game as much as I have, that you notice it directly.
We've provided you with a virtual interface and the temporary ability to project simulated psionic powers.
Yeah.
Once you leave this area, these powers will be lost to you.
Forever.
The bottom bar in the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points represent your current ability to use psi powers. Psi hypos will replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo and watch your psi points increase. When you've reached your maximum in psi points, move to the next station.
Psi Booster Hyper contains a potent cocktail of tension relievers, dopamine inhibitors, and circular stimulators. A dose will increase your psi points by 20 up to your maximum. The Surgeon General has warned that psi booster hypers can be habit-forming and dangerous to your health. Note also that the manufacturer has used a special patent process to make these items unable to be duplicated by those who know the molecular duplication psi discipline in order to protect their monopoly. Okay.
This psi-amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up and go into use mode. You can either drag the psi-amp to the weapons equip slot or press equip from the actions menu. Firing the psi-amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines, cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Psi disciplines can be switched by pressing the Cycle Powers button, or from within use mode. Later, pressing the weapon setting button will allow you to select Psi disciplines from higher tiers. You can also choose Psi disciplines and tiers in the Psi section of your MFD. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot, and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding the fire button can augment the power, but holding it for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo.
Right. Developed by Esper Industries, a critical branch of Triop's military R&D division, this controversial device allows psionically able individuals to amplify and project their powers into the world. Before the development of the psi-amp, psi powers were mostly only detectable in a lab environment. The amp contains and inhibits the normal diffusion problems inherent in psi phenomena. The amp also allows the user to effectively channel their innate psi powers to a number of prescribed effects. This device caused a furor in psi community primarily because of its obvious military applications, but also because of the AMP's tendencies to define psionic disciplines along a few specific and generally utilitarian axes. Okay. Right, this is... Oh, cool. So this is as Bioshock as this game gets. And mind, this was 9 years before... No, 8 years before Bioshock. And no, I'm not gonna follow this path. Simply because we have a needle... yeah, no. Also this. Yeah, that was unpleasant. Yeah, I remember the sound. So I'm just messing around right now. Oh, cool. What? Oh, I gotta see if that... Was that a mistake or what? So if I stand here... and it comes toward me and I change position to here, will it follow me? Indeed it will. Oh, cool. So that's like cheating. No, it's not a coincidence. Yeah. Enough. Goofy
Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process. Return to this area if you need more guidance. Before you enlist in the OSA, it would be useful to experiment in the other training courses.
Yeah, I'm gonna dabble in the other two branches, not yours. Thank you very much. And this, I gotta do this before every playthrough. Gonna call home.
This device is temporarily out of order.
Nope. Very well. Saying goodbye to the sky. U.N.N starts with U. That's the same from the original. This is... I don't remember that. Oh, it's the same sound.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back.
No.
A shuttle will take you to a U.N.N orbital space station where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
Thank you. So again, last time I went with the Marines and completely made a fool out of myself regarding choices. But then again, I played on impossible difficulty as I do now. So I didn't realize, I didn't read up on the implication that choices matter. I went with shit that I knew I needed later or wanted. Stats like strength and whatnot. And didn't give a shit about standard weapons until it was too late. But I am going to go with the Navy, like I did the first time I played this game. Yeah. 26 years ago I went with the Navy SEALs, or whatever. And yeah, I do invest in weapons, heavily in weapons. Yeah, let's do it. Oh shit! I forgot the most important part. Oh, do not limit me. Don't limit me to saves. I'm not gonna abide by that. That's bullshit. Oh, they are limiting me to saves. That's bullshit. Quick save, yeah. No, that doesn't work. It goes. Oh, cool. Hello. Can't remember seeing that before. Cool. Right, career path. First year. Oh, this is new. This is new. They did not have this in the original. Cool.
Welcome aboard the space station Chesapeake Bay, sailor. It looks like you've picked up some standard weapons skills at basic on Coronado Island. Now it's time for your tour of duty. Your tour will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. In this man's Navy, you're given a choice of 3 different postings a year. It's up to you to decide what kind of career you want to have, so choose wisely.
Yeah.
Just approach a shuttle bay to receive a briefing on a posting. If you think that posting is right for you, head into that bay to accept the assignment.
Cool. Did he say that I got... Oh, I can't go into... No, I have no HUD whatsoever. Right. I don't know if we got standard weapons or something like that. Basic weapon training. I feel that they have changed a bit. They've... Yeah, they expanded the... Okay. Yeah, they expanded the station. U.N.N starts with you. Yeah, on impossible difficulty setting, it matters what you pick or not pick. Or actually it does no matter what career you have. So I'm going to opt for hack or anything that gives me +2 in my stats. Cool. So of course I'm going to... I don't think they changed the U.N.N. Lucille. No, I don't think they've changed the stories. But let's listen to the mission.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems. You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting.
Yeah. That sounds like good.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's core energy systems. There's some heavy lifting involved, sailor, but you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
Cool.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for volunteers for their military police detachment. Those sailors can get pretty rowdy on these year-long cruises, so you better not be afraid of a tussle.
So...
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for volunteers for their military police detachment. Those sailors can get pretty rowdy on these year-long cruises, so you better not be afraid of a tussle.
I think I took that last time, but I'm gonna go for hack.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems.
Yeah.
You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting.
Yeah. Let's do that. Right, February 13, 2112. Your tour of duty aboard the U.N.N. Lucille has concluded. You spent a productive year. Captain Mayer was pleased with your work, especially with the initiative you showed in physical training. Friendly ensign showed you some backdoors into the ship's primary data loop, and you spent your time off pumping good old-fashioned iron. You get 1 hack and 1 strength. Cool. So sometimes these stories, maybe I should, yeah, should I do that? Should I do that like last time? Should I do that like last time? I'm doing it. I think I'm doing it, yeah.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer. The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's core energy systems. There's some heavy lifting involved, sailor, but you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
So I know my choice, but I'm gonna check the story. Okay, so there's not really a point of doing all these. It's basically the same. It's interesting though, later on when you...
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems. You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting.
Right. Yeah, these stories get wilder and wilder when shit won't. Let's see here.
The U.N.N. Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
Yeah, cyber affinity is
The U.N.N. Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
I've never seen this before. Standard weapons, maintenance, cybernetic... Oh, shit! No, no, no. I'm sorry for this. Ah, effing hell. Yeah, I knew I did a mistake there, not saving. But that was very nice of them to do. I'd never seen this before. Standard weapons decrease the amount of damage you inflict with standard weapons. Maintenance determines how much you can improve your condition of a weapon or turret. And affinity improves chances of successfully hacking, repairing, modifying. So all are good, but yeah, it all comes down to what you do not pick here is going to cost you quite some cybernetic modules later on. So that's... yeah.
The U.N.N. Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship.
Oh, is this the comment about grunts? Yeah, if you that's cool. If you pick a Marine and you train together with the Navy, the instructor or whatever that details the posting says that you'll spend some time. Unfortunately, you have to spend some time with some military grunts, or in the military they say you have to spend some time, or in the Marines you have to spend time with some Navy skanks. Let's see if he says that here.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
No, they are very kind here. So I get 2 standard weapons. Yeah.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
So that gives me +2. It's preferable than +1.
The U.N.N. Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship.
Yeah, and this is...
The U.N.N. Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
I'm gonna check the story, but I've already chosen. Told you, good year for you, but not great one for the Carfax. After taking a surprise hit from a small meteorite separated from the larger master, Carfax was forced to limp home with 123 casualties, including the chief navigation officer. You stepped in and filled his shoes, and by the end of the year, you became quite skilled with neuronav interface. Cool. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
The U.N.N. Carfax is undertaking a mission to... The U.N.N. Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn.
So
Pierce
is going to be a uprising, I think. Your tour of duty aboard the U.N.N. Pierce has concluded. Your year's tour was carried out without a hitch, except that one of the prisoners turned out to be a dissident spy. Before and after the excitement of his summary execution, you learned a fair amount about weapons maintenance. Life is aboard. Okay. That's not how I remember it, but never mind.
The U.N.N. Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly... Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
So yeah, I'm baffled. Where's IO gravity? We have IO gravity training. Yeah. endurance. Oh well.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier technical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
Yeah. Let's learn it. Your tour of duty at the Laverne Technical Training School is concluded. A year of firing ranges, mockboarding, parties and war games has done you good. You spent plenty of time with military-grade pistols, assault rifles and even auto shotguns. You've gained +2 standard weapons. Yes. This is RPG at its finest, just saying. And now, this is important. This is very important. Now, gonna have dancing robots. Dancing robots. Dancing robots. Yeah. So how can you remember this, seeing this? Sure, I played this game a lot, but I'm glad they kept this in. This is no doubt the friendliest robots you'll ever see in this game. Cool. Right, let's see. Right, here we go. Agility, endurance, research. Agility determines your movement speed and reduces falling damage and weapon kickback. Endurance determines your maximum hit points and resistance to radiation and toxins. Research determines the efficiency of your research. Well, obviously, researching organs can yield useful information. I like that. I like lore. And some items cannot be used without first being researched. So these are all good, but I got the advice that wherever you get +2 is where you should. So yeah, IO Survival Training School. I'm guessing that's the one. I think that was the one I took on my last playthrough as a Marine, I think.
The Navy's Marie Curie research facility on Aquinas 4 is currently conducting research on a new strain of spaceborne virus that killed 220,000 citizens of New Atlanta. To lift the quarantine, we must determine how the virus pierced the city's micronanite shielding.
Yeah. So I'm just going to check the story, okay? I'm not going to pick this. Ah, shit, I forgot. Now I have to... Yeah. Your tour of duty at the Marie Curie research facility has concluded. Congratulations on surviving the disaster, sailor. When the saboteurs removed the safety seals and released the virus into the atmospheric control regulators, you were one of the few to reach safety in time. However, you were able to pick up a few odds and ends of research techniques before the crap hit the fan. It's shit, and it's also shit that you only get +1 research. Now I'm going to press escape a lot of times because this is the last. Yeah. Sorry about that. No. That's not what I wanted. Autosave, no. Oh, for F's sake. You do never do you do that. Autosave should never, ever replace a quick save. Autosave should never replace a quick save. Bullshit. Bullshit. Now we have to do this again. Very well. Never. Ever.
Welcome aboard the space station Chesapeake Bay, sailor. It looks like you picked up some standard weapon skills at basic on Coronado Island. Now it's time for your tour of duty. Your tour will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. In this man's Navy, you're given a choice of 3 different postings a year. It's up to you to decide what kind of career you want to have, so choose wisely. Just approach a shuttle bay to receive a briefing on a posting. If you think that posting is right for you, head into that bay to accept the assignment.
So I did not like that at all. Modify, repair, hack.
The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's... The U.N.N. Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control...
Yep. And here we have... yeah, tactical training.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected...
So only because I wanted to see every story here, I was punished for it. And I can't quick save because that's pointless. IO Survival Training School. I think that's the one with the... yeah, that's... yeah. You run into a Citadel Station Tiger, I think. And there's a Zero G training with some Marines, I think. Let's check.
The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
No? Okay.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Wow. But what happened with the Navy skanks and Marine grunts? I'm almost... yeah, they removed that. Why did they remove that? Sorry, I have to check this. Yeah, this is so ridiculous of me, but I gotta check this.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So, you survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now, it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings.
Oh.
Head up to the shuttle base in the center of Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead. When you find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
They messed up that. That's why you don't fix what's not broken.
Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity. So the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren get in some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice.
But nothing with...
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, if you're partial to spending time with a lot of high... The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, you've got to spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks.
So they didn't cut that out. Okay, I'm satisfied. But I was sure that the Navy officer or instructor said something about marine grunts. That's what made it so interesting. Okay then, cool. I'm satisfied that they didn't cut that. What's up? Are you joking? No, of course not. Right, here I am in the Navy, and this is a tough choice. IO Survival Training School with endurance. Very important with endurance. Or agility. Agility also helps with, I mean, movement speed. That's not, to me, that's not, I can outrun most things anyway, but weapon kickback, it's not that bad. But if I want to wield a laser rapier, I need agility. But endurance is good as well. I'm gonna check the story and reload, but I think I'm gonna go with IO Survival Training School.
The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
Your tour of duty at the Yamamoto station has concluded. You certainly weren't prepared for the events of this year. Captain Willits was never popular with his men, but you never expected half the crew to mutiny. The taut days spent regaining control of the ship with the captain lent you a grace and agility you never knew you were capable of. So mutiny, that's cool. To have suppressed that. Of course we get this again. Yeah.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
But nothing with spending time with effing marine grunts. That's very polite of him. I'm sure I'm not wrong in this, but if I am, I am. Yeah, Navy skanks and marine. Or was it jarheads? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, so here you go. Okay. So the game is stuck. The controls are stuck. That's weird. Did I go too far? Not far enough. Weird.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Right. So I noticed I've recorded 90 minutes. So I'm going to say...
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Yeah, no.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Yeah, I'm finishing my training and then I'm ending the... Yeah, we're going to watch what happens on our... with our career, and then I'll end the... Yeah. Here goes. So, your tour of duty at the Io Survival Training Facility has concluded. You managed to survive your year there. Barely. The encounter with a descendant of a Citadel Station Gorilla Tiger mutant put you in the sickbay for a month. You learned to respect the wonders of biogenetics and have trained your body to excellent physical condition. You've gained +2 endurance. So agility is important as well, but this will help me not die as easily as I did last time, especially in the beginning of the game. So here goes the intro, because we are coming aboard the U.N.N. von Braun. Yes, it's that William Bedford Diego.
Shuttle A-138. You have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the Computer Ops Staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Cool. And I'm going to... as soon as I can, I'm going to... save. Right, to be continued in the next part.